Hi, welcome back to Will Candles. My name is Sherry and I make videos all about candle making and the candle business. Today's video is going to be a fragrance review from Candle Science's newly released spring and summer fragrances. So these are the fragrances in the fragrance review for spring and summer 2024. But before I get started with these, I want to just touch base with you a little bit. I've had several, as I'm trying to set up all these bottles of fragrance oils, okay, I've had several people inquire about the part 2 and 3 of the candle making party. Okay, so there is a facility that I am using to shoot the video. And right now they are going through some renovations. So I am at their mercy. It is a place that is relatively inexpensive to free to use for me to make my videos. So I just want to give you guys that update. And let me see if there's any other updates. Not off the top of my head. Okay, so I am going to take these in. I should have had all these organized before I even started this video. So let me tell you, none of these have I ever had. These are all new to me. And my review is going to be based on smelling it straight out of the bottle. I have yet to make candles. In fact, I just received this package and I have yet to make candles with them. So I am going to pick out several of my favorites, which as of right now, I don't even know what that's going to be. So that will be interesting to find out. And I am going to make candles. And then at some point I will come back and I will share with you how that candle fragrance performed. So I am going to start, I'm trying to line these up in order that I'm going to talk about them. I did try to make notes. I also went on to the website and I looked at what they were rated as in regards to the reviews that were already on there. Because these are so new, there was not a lot of reviews. So okay, I think we can figure this out. So I had very little to go on. So this is going to be my opinion. Please remember that. It doesn't make this candle fragrance a great fragrance or a bad fragrance just because I say so. But I can only give to you my first impressions and, you know, what I think the cold throw is. I can definitely give you from opening the bottles just a hint of what the cold throw could possibly be and maybe somewhat of a hint of what the hot throw could possibly be. So I can't tell you exactly because I haven't made the candles. And again, this is my, let's say, my educated opinion of these fragrances. All right. So I will be putting the fragrance notes down below so you'll be able to see them as we are talking about them. Okay, so, you know, I have my handy dandy notes down here. I always like to say that. Okay, so first up we have our orange creamsicle. And I'm already getting a premonition of what this is going to be like. Also, this is my first time ever smelling these. I don't have any of these scents, so these are all brand new to me. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so orange creamsicle. Let's see. So first, right off the top, you can, of course, smell orange, but there's something creamy about it. I'm going to say vanilla. And this smells, I don't know if you guys remember, it's an ice cream or popsicle or whatever you want to call it, but it's called a dreamsicle. This almost hits it spot on. It's just a little, well, sweet. It's very sweet. Definitely orange and vanilla, and definitely smells like the dreamsicle ice cream. I guess you say ice cream bar, popsicle, what have you. Okay, so I like this. This smells like something that is summery, something that's fun, something that I can't imagine this being year round, but I think for the spring and summer months, I think it would be a great thing to promote if you're going to, you know, try this fragrance. So let's take a look at the fragrance notes and see exactly what's in here. Okay, so I did make notes on exactly how these came in order, but the notes are listed below, and they are orange, sugar, vanilla, and marshmallow. That's an interesting combo, but kind of, I mean, it's not a complicated fragrance, but definitely, like I said, I think a nice, fun fragrance, because it did. I mean, I don't know if I could say that they nailed it, but it's so close, but I won't use the word or the words nailed it. But it's very, very close, and it's very dreamy, very creamy, very orangey, and very just a nice summery fragrance. For a cold throw out of the bottle, again, not in a candle, but out of the bottle, for a cold throw, I give this a 6 to 7. And I can't see this having a really super strong over the top hot throw, but I can see this not subtle as in, you know, a low fragrance for a hot throw, and not, you know, over the top with a hot throw, but I can see it somewhere in the middle, slightly towards above average. So my guess is going to be that this is going to be a candle that's going to have about a 7 as far as a hot throw, 6.5 to a 7. That's my guess. Remember, this is my opinion. These are my guesses, so you can't hold me to it. Like, I made that candle and that candle didn't smell like it. No, you don't get to beat me up like that. I hope not. I hope you wouldn't want to. Okay, so moving on to number 2, we have spiced oat milk. And right out of the bottle, let's see. Sometimes I smell the cap, sometimes I smell the bottle, because sometimes after I smell so many fragrances, it gets to be too strong. This smells really good. Let's see. I can definitely smell some cinnamon. Maybe, I don't know. Something slightly sweet and nutty, maybe. I don't know, but I really spiced oat milk. This smells good. I'm going to say the cold throw out of the bottle is between a 7 and an 8. I can imagine that this would make a nice candle using soy waxes. And again, I know that all of us don't use the coconut soy wax that I use, and some of you guys use blends, and you know, some of you use blends with the paraffin wax in there, which is probably going to allow you to have a heavier fragrance load. But this one right here, this is, I wouldn't have guessed it for spring and summer, but it's a lovely fragrance. I mean, almost a year round. I could see this easily being a year round. So that is spiced oat milk. So let's see what the notes actually are for spiced oat milk. Okay, so the top notes are cinnamon and lemon peel. Middle notes are oat, brown sugar, molasses. Maybe that's where that sweetness, well, between the sugar and the molasses, I'm sure. Milk, musk, and is it praline? I believe that's how you say it, praline. So yeah, I could see that from that fragrance. I can definitely gather that. So this smells so good, I want to smell it again. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side as one of my favorites, because I can already tell that I really like this. Okay, so moving right along, we are going to move on to Bohemian Rose. Now, I have a rose that I use in one of my candles. So anytime I come across, and let me show it to you, Bohemian Rose. So anytime I come across a new rose, I always wonder if this is going to be the rose that's going to replace the rose candle that I already have. So this should be interesting. Okay, so first impression. Mmm. It's rosy, definitely rosy, but it's like the greenery or those green fragrance notes. To me, it kind of overrides the rose. But if you like that scent, you know, the green floral scent, I believe is what they call it. I don't know if that's what, I haven't looked at the notes yet. But it will not replace the rose that I use. I can tell you that. Is it a nice rose fragrance? Yes, it is. Okay, so out of the bottle, I'm going to give this about a 6.5, and I'm going to say it's going to give you like an average hot throw in a candle. That's my guess. But a nice fragrance, a nice fragrance. Candle Science very rarely disappoints me. So with Candle Science, I'm always looking for the best. I'm always looking for that amazing hot throw. I'm always looking for that killer scent that like, oh my God, what is this? You know, it smells so good. So that's what I do with Candle Science. But Candle Science, I can't honestly say that I've smelled it. I've smelled some things that were different, and then once blended with something else, it's like, okay, that makes sense. I see this wasn't meant to be a candle to just be on its own, but it was a fragrance to be blended with something else, and then it made it amazing. So that's what I'm always looking for Candle Science, is that wow factor and that super hot throw. So Bohemian Rose, it won't replace my rose that I use, but you may like this. So let's look at the fragrance notes. Okay, so Bohemian Rose, top notes are basil and grapefruit. That's interesting. So maybe the basil, maybe it was the greenery or something I was smelling. The middle notes are rose and magnolia. And the base note was patchouli. I'm surprised. Let's put it that way. I'm very surprised. So now that I know the notes, I get the rose, the magnolia, and the patchouli. The basil, maybe I had mistaken that for the greenery because there was no green floral scent in there. But anyway, a nice fragrance. Would I recommend trying this? If you really are looking for a rose candle, I would say yes. It would make a lovely, and definitely there are some people who just love florals. So you can't go by what you personally like. You always have to take into consideration what your customers are looking for. So a lot of people love rose, and it may end up being a very nice fragrance for you. Okay, that will not go into my favorite pile though. I have to say that. Pile. I have to watch my little West Virginia accent. Sometimes it still tries to creep out on me. Okay, number 4 is Sun Washed. And there's a look at that. So first impression, Sun Washed. What is Sun Washed? What do I think it's going to be? Beachy, maybe? Sun Washed? I don't know. We'll see. That's fresh and clean. Oh, that surprised me. I didn't gather that from the name. So I'm going to say the cold throw right out of the bottle is between a 6 and a 7. And as far as how much I like this, it's so fresh, it's so refreshing. I would love to smell a candle made out of this. Maybe some mix of like the cotton fragrance. Definitely some floral. Maybe a little coconut, maybe? I don't know. This is a complicated scent. So let's have a look at the fragrance notes and see. I'm just surprised because the Sun Washed, I would have never gathered this. Okay, so uncovering the fragrance notes. Yes, I'm keeping them covered until I have revealed my first impression. Okay, Petite Grand. I'm not for sure what that is. I should have looked that up. Okay. Orange, grapefruit. Those are the top notes. So Petite Grand, orange, and grapefruit are your top notes. Middle notes are cotton. Okay, I did pick that. Blossom, coconut. So coconut was in there. Musk, wood, and powder. I definitely got a little hint of that powder. So this is a lot of fragrances going on in this bottle. I would definitely recommend you trying this because if you're looking for something summery, this definitely says summer. So I like this fragrance. I don't know. I'm going to have to put it in the middle. I don't know if it'll be one of my favorites or just in the regular batch, but I'm going to put it in the middle for a maybe. So that is Sun Washed. Okay, moving right along. We are going to give Tulip Fields a try. And there you go. So Tulip Fields, I expect for this to be very florally and smell somewhat like tulips. I can't remember the last time I've smelled a tulip, so we'll see. First impression out the bottle. Yeah, very tuliply. Huh. You know what? I'm picking up a fruit scent. So maybe this is just not all floral. Maybe it has a little bit of some kind of fruit. Not apple. Maybe, I don't, maybe peach, maybe? Yeah, peach and definitely tuliply. And something else I can't quite tell. Okay, so let's reveal what the fragrance notes are going to be if I didn't already list them down on the screen. Okay, so your fragrance notes for Tulip Fields, okay, let's see, is, top notes, peach and palm. Middle notes, peony and tulip. Definitely could get that. Green leaves and musk. Those base notes always fool me unless it's something that I'm very, very familiar with. This is a nice scent. In fact, I need to smell it again. I can't remember. I got so excited. I can't remember if I told you what. Yeah, so 6.5 to even up to a 7 out of the bottle. I think if you're looking for something for florals for spring and summer, this should make a nice candle. So I hope the hot throw is great on this. I can't see that it's not a subtle fragrance. So I can't see the hot throw being like almost kaput. But I definitely would put this on your list of flowers. And I have one customer, all she ever wants is my florals. So I always have to make sure I create a new floral for her because she's already had them all. So would I consider this? I certainly would. It's going to depend on what that hot throw does. Okay, so that was Tulip Fields. I'm also going to put that in my middle batch of fragrances that I liked. Okay, next on the list is Coastal Cottage. I'm having high hopes for this. I have been trying to find and create a beachy candle for at least 2 years. So I say to this little bottle of fragrance, please be beachy, please be beachy, please be beachy. Let's see. First impression, please be. It's like I always hope when I know that name indicates it's going to have something to do with the beach in summer. I always hope, is this going to be the one? Okay, Coastal Cottage, fresh out the bottle. I was going to say box. Fresh out the bottle. This smells good. It's not as strong as I would like for it to be. Because, I mean, I need to hit some folks with beach water and sand, like, right away. But definitely, this smells so good. So it's going to be interesting. There are some beachy scents in here, like maybe sea salt, maybe something marine, but I also smell something floral. I can't, there's too many different notes in here. I can't pick out what it is. Okay, so Coastal Cottage, first of all, the cold throw straight out of the bottle, I'm going to have to give about a 5.5 to a 6. So I don't know what you could do or if you could blend this with something else because I'm already thinking it's such a nice scent. sometimes you can add another scent and blend it to it and make that scent stronger. So this is definitely something I want to try to work with. And I have worked with fragrances and blending and did actually come to the conclusion of something that I really loved and became one of my best candles. So I'm going to put this in my favorite list. That's how much I liked it. So XOXO Cottage, what are the fragrance notes? Okay. So top notes are bergamot and sea salt. So I knew that I smelled something oceany in there. Middle notes are peony and mint. I didn't pick up on the mint, but I definitely picked up on something floral. Base notes are juniper, light musk, and marine. And maybe that light musk is what's making it so beautiful with the rest of the fragrance notes. But it was rated, so the XOXO Cottage, for the few reviews that are already up, they did give it 5 stars at this point. Also on Tulip Fields, they also had 5 stars. I forgot to look at those on my notes here. But yeah, that so XOXO Cottage, I would say give it a try. That would be my final conclusion on that. It's just a beautiful fragrance, and I could imagine just visualizing being on the beach or in a summer cottage with that fragrance. So I'm going to try it alone, and if I can't get a good hot throw on that, then I'm going to start playing around with some other beachy scents that I have. Okay, so next on the list is number 7. I have Vanilla Orchard. Okay, so straight out of the bottle, let's see. Definitely vanilla. And I smell oranges. Oranges becoming very popular in candle fragrances. I do think I smell a little bit of vanilla. This is a nice fragrance. It's a subtle fragrance. I don't feel like it's very strong. Straight out of the bottle, I'm going to give this about a 6. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. It's just something, it's a little, I don't know what all's mixed in here, but it's a nice fragrance. It's a subtle fragrance. And sometimes customers are looking for something subtle. So if you ever have candles that the hot throw is like not over the top, because not everyone likes super strong candles. Sometimes those super strong candles give people headaches. So they're always looking for a subtle candle. So if you have a candle that smells terrific and it's subtle, make sure that you put in your description of that candle fragrance that it's a subtle fragrance. So they already know when they purchase, or they should have read the description and it's like, oh, this isn't strong, blah, blah, blah. Well, did you read down below in the description where it said it was going to be a subtle fragrance? So this is a nice fragrance. So let's have a look and see what's in the fragrance notes. Vanilla Orchard. Okay, so Vanilla Orchard, top notes, I'm getting a little bit better at guessing these, is orange and green leaves. And the green leaves in that was not overpowering at all. Middle note was jasmine and heliotrope, heliotrope, I think that's how you say that. The base notes are sandalwood, musk, and vanilla. And yeah, I would say that answers all of my unanswered questions about this fragrance. Sometimes there's so many different fragrances blended in, it's hard for you to pick up on them. Definitely, the first thing that it's going to hit you is going to be that orange. Yeah, this is a nice candle. Or I should say a nice fragrance. So that is Vanilla Orchard. And I would say, give it a try. I'm not going to put it in my favorites. I'm stuck in between my middle likes and my lower likes. So I'm just going to leave it off to the side. Okay, so moving on. Next we have olive leaf and citron. Okay, this should be interesting. I don't think I've ever smelled olive leaf candle fragrance. Okay, straight out of the bottle. This one is a stronger a stronger scent straight out of the bottle, I should say. Seems like it's a little musky. Well, I'm going to go out here on a limb because I don't know if there's a fragrance called olive. But if I was to smell my olive oil and what that hint of smell smells like, I'm going to say I can smell something similar in this bottle to that. I'm also going to say there's something floral about this. And then the musk kind of gives it that base, that little heaviness. You know, like some fragrances are light and airy. This is not light and airy, but this is something that you don't label and put into one category. It would stand on its own. But is it a nice fragrance? I actually like this fragrance. Yeah. So again, out of the bottle, it's stronger than average. I'm going to give it a 6 to 7. And I think this would make a nice candle. It's not going to be over the top with a hot throw. I don't think. That's my opinion. But I think this would make a really nice neutral candle for someone who just looking for something different. And I think that something different lots of times leads to, you know, customers keep coming back because you can find a lemon here, you can find a rose here, but that something different is something worth coming to you to buy candles for. Okay. I think it's early in the morning when I'm recording this. I am actually recording this on the day that it is Sunday today, and this is actually going to go up today. So I got up at like 5 something this morning, and I was all pumped up with all this energy, but by the time I got everything ready and set to go, I feel like I'm dwindling down just a little bit. But yeah, so this is your something different. I would definitely recommend to try this. And you can always look on the Candle Science website and see what it down below the candle fragrance, it will say blends well with, and take a look at what this blends well with. But this right here, I hope it has a good hot throw, because this is a candle I would like to burn when you're just not in any particular mood, but just want a nice fragrance throughout the house. Doesn't smell like food, doesn't smell like fruit, doesn't smell like it's not over the top floral. It's just a nice base scent to have floating around your room. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my middle for likes, and we are going to move on. Next, we have Forest Chai, of which I have no clue what this is going to smell like. I only know that if it's Forest Chai, it's going to be something woodsy. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see. This smells good. Again, I'm getting a hint of orange, but like a zestier orange, something. Maybe, I know that scent, they have a scent called like pepper or something that's peppery. And lots of times when they add that, it'll give that fragrance like a little zing. This smells good. Maybe some like kitchen spices, like maybe like ginger. Something in here is hitting a spice note. So I don't know if it's something peppery or something gingery. Also, a little sweetness to this, not over the top sweet, but just a little. Okay, that's enough of me guessing. I want to know. But is this a nice fragrance? I actually really like this. The cold throw straight out of the bottle is, I'm gonna say it's about a 7. This is one a little tad stronger than all the others that I have smelled. I'm actually going to put this in one of my favorite lines of fragrance. I have them lined up here on my table according to, I really liked a lot, and liked liked I won't say a little, liked a little less than, I don't know. They're in 3 different categories. Just know that. But I know what it means to me. The ones in the middle was, I wasn't over the top, but I really liked it. And the ones on the bottom line, I still liked it, but just not as well as the ones in the middle. How about that explanation? Okay, Forest Chai. Woo, I really like this. Okay, so this is going in my liked a lot stack. And let's see what is in the, okay, so top notes for Forest Chai is orange peel, peppercorn. So maybe that's what was giving it the spice. Cardamom. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. Middle note is ginger. What is it? Anise. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. Anise, something like that. Nutmeg. Okay, kitchen scents. And then the base notes was fir, cinnamon, and honey. Okay, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I did smell like a hint. Just a hint of the cinnamon, and the honey was maybe the sweetness. Yeah, that's a nice fragrance. That is Forest Chai. Okay, moving on. Back to my lists. Okay. This one is, how do you say this? Azure Coast. Please let it be beachy. Please let it be beachy. Please let it be beachy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to smell this one. My first impression, straight out the bottle, that I got my fingers all crossed for. It's nice. This is nice, airy, fresh. It's not over the top strong. It's not subtle either. So somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna give it about a 6.5 out of the bottle. What is in here? Azure Coast. So it has to be something like marine or coastal or something like that. I smell a little bit of floral, but that doesn't, more coastal smelling at first smell, whiff, whatever you want to call it. But definitely floral kicks in there at some point. And maybe even like a wood, a sandalwood, something like that, a beechwood, something like that. Anyway, this is a nice fresh scent. So I am going to definitely make a candle out of this one and hope that it gives me a decent hot throw. The cold throw is okay. Out of the bottle, of course. I'm not smelling candles again. I know I keep repeating myself. I'm just very detailed oriented. That's what nurses are. We are so into details. They always say, document as if your life or your nursing license depend on it. So that is my thought process. After 28 years, it's pretty well ingrained into the brain. Yeah, this is a lovely fragrance. Okay, so enough is enough, and let's take a look at the fragrance notes. Okay, top notes for Azure is marine, honeydew melon, and apple. I don't think I picked up on the apple, but I mean, when all these fragrances get in there, you never know what you're going to pick up on. The middle notes is lily of the valley. Usually I can pick up on that. And jasmine. So I said floral though, so I did smell a floral. And the base note is sandalwood. Picked up on that one. And musk. And that made for a very nice. This is definitely a nice beachy fragrance. My question is going to be, how is it going to perform in a candle? So it's going to go into one of my like the most pals that I am going to definitely make a candle out of. Okay, we are going to move on. We have 2 more, and number 11 is pink watermelon lemonade. Does that not say, woo, summer vacation all over it? So I'm expecting pink watermelon lemonade to smell exactly what this name is. So let's see, let's go back over here to my notes. Straight out of the bottle. I don't know about the watermelon, but it smells like pink lemonade to me. Maybe the the melon does come through after just a bit, but it smells like pink lemonade and maybe a slice of watermelon beside of it. Or maybe a slice of watermelon on the glass rim and like some of that watermelon juice has dripped into your beverage. Okay, so I'm not going to guess anymore because I think the name pretty well says it all, but it'll be interesting to see what is actually in pink watermelon lemonade. Okay, go over to my fragrance notes. Okay, so for pink watermelon lemonade, because I have trouble deciding which comes first, the watermelon or the lemonade, the top note is watermelon, lemon, and green leaves. Okay, I'll give it to the top note, watermelon, even though I thought I was just smelling pink lemonade. Well, the lemon, yeah, so that would make sense. Okay, middle note was strawberry, pineapple, and gardenia. And the base note is sugar and vanilla. Okay, all of that makes sense in this one. I knew this was kind of complicated, but it definitely is sweet, definitely. I don't get the hint of floral. Well, maybe I do, because there's something that's not fruity in here, so maybe that is the floral coming through. But definitely pink lemonade with the watermelon wedgie on top that has now fallen down into the glass and stirred up. So this says summer all over it. I hope you have fun with this one. I hope you try it. Let me know how your candles. So this is one I'm definitely going to make a candle with. Not because it's my all-time favorite, but it is my all-time favorite for something fun for summer. So it wouldn't be a year-round candle for me, but I could definitely see me carrying this for the summer. So let's hope that it has a great hot throw. So I now have 5 out of 10, so half of them. No, I have 5 out of 11 that are now in my favorite bunch. Okay, this last one, this is called Golden Hour. Golden Hour. What is Golden Hour? Oh, I know what Golden Hour is, because they always say that you look fantastic if you take pictures when the sun comes up and when the sun is going down. You have that nice golden glow that comes on you, that shows up in the pictures, makes for amazing photos. In fact, I took some photos last summer in the park at the Golden Hour, because I was like, no, we got to be here at such and such a time. I even timed it out and looked to see what time the sun was going down. And they are amazing pictures. They make you just look like some kind of goddess. Yes, I said that. So, okay, Golden Hour. First impression, straight out of the bottle. This is not light. It's slightly on the heavy side of a scent. I definitely know there's some musk in here. Some musk, some amber. Those are like your heavier fragrance notes. Almost smells like, because I have a bergamot candle and I get that. It's not cologne-y, but it's leaning towards that direction. Okay, so that's what I'm guessing what this is. This scent, I can imagine, okay, so, no, let me go back. Okay, so cold throw right out of the bottle, for me is about a 6. Would this candle have it's not going to have an over-the-top hot throw, I don't think anyway, but I could see this just being a nice low-key fragrance to have in a room, to just a relaxing time. But anyway, this is a nice scent. Will I make a candle out of this? I'm gonna look and see what this blends well with. I think I am, because for some reason this is sticking with me as far as me really liking this. Not as well as the top 5 that I've already liked, but it's like right behind it, even more so than the ones in the middle. Okay, so let me stop prolonging this, and let's get to the fragrance notes. Okay, for Golden Hour, first of all, there's only 2 reviews in on this, and it does say that it's a subtle fragrance, so it's not going to be a super strong, and like I said, you don't always have to have a super strong hot throw. There are subtle fragrances that people love just as well. Okay, so top note, you're going to have orange, bergamot. Middle notes, you're going to have coconut and gardenia. I could definitely get the coconut. The gardenia didn't come through as much for me. And the base note was musk, amber, and vanilla. And I definitely could get all 3 of those. I didn't say vanilla, but all of those notes kind of made it that kind of a base scent that it is. Like not light and airy, but more like base and heavy. So, but that overall was a nice scent. So, okay, so what did I get? My very, very top picks. This is our review. We're going over them. Top picks, spiced oat milk. I'm going to say overall, this is my #1 favorite from just smelling out of the bottle. So that's going to be the first candle that I make. Second one of my top picks is the Coastal Cottage. That's because I'm hoping and praying that this may be my final beachy scent. Forest Chai, which was a nice scent in my favorites. Azure Coast, because I'm also hoping for a beachy scent. And Pink Watermelon and Lemonade, because I just want to have fun this summer. Like the song says, girls just want to have fun. Okay, the middle ones that I liked, and probably some of these fell in this category because they weren't as strong as the others, but was the Sun Washed, Tulip Fields, Olive Leaf and Citron. This one is really growing on me. And Golden Hour. Okay, the 3 that came in 3rd place. Yeah, that's what I should have said. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. And in 3rd place, which doesn't mean that I dislike them. It just means I didn't like them as much as I did the others. They're all great fragrances. We have Sun Washed and Golden Hour, Olive Leaf and Citron, and last but not least is Tulip Fields. Okay, so what I need for you guys, what I need from you guys is if any of you actually purchase one of these fragrances and you make a candle, I would like to know your thoughts of your test candle, like how great was the hot throw, how great is the cold throw. So if you could do that for me. Also, these 5, the ones that came in 1st place for me, I would definitely be making candles of and candles out of. And I will definitely let you know in another video, or I don't know, maybe if I add a 6th one to it, it might be worth doing a whole video just to give you a review of that. It's always great, like every season, you know, whether it's the holidays or if it's summertime, to add 1 or 2 new fragrances to your collection. And then that way you can get rid of some of the ones that you liked a little bit less. So, I'm going to say, so for right now, that's it. I want to thank you all. Thank my private members. Thank all my new subscribers. I'm up to, I think, 1,700 and something now. So yay! So thank you for that. Also, let's see, anything else? Any other updates? I will let you know. I will try to do a video that's with information about the candle making party that does not require me to be at that facility, that I can just provide that part of the information here if those renovations are not going to be wrapped up really soon. Also, for this month, I think I want to do a video on the health and safety of candle burning, because I think that as candle makers, we should consider about the things that we're putting into these candles. You know, as a nurse of 28 years, there's no way that I can get around that. I mean, I took a code of ethics, and, you know, I just think, you know, every single person that's ever purchased a candle from me, I'm responsible for what is being burned in that home, as long as it's being properly burned. So I want to give you guys some information on some of the safety and health issues surrounding candles and candle making. So I think that's going to be a pretty important video moving forward. It's just something I always promote health and safety. That's a big deal for me. After 28 years, it's just part of who I am. I think that's it. I am going to wrap this up at this point so that I can get this edited and out to you guys today. Today is Sunday, so hopefully when you hear me say that word Sunday, it's still Sunday. Okay, all right, so that's it for now, and I will see you guys real soon, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.